In this video, we will be talking about typhoon and how it developed. Every year, the Philippines is hit by typhoons, and according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, about 20 tropical cyclones enter the Philippine area of responsibility each year. Let us define what typhoon is. Tropical cyclone, also called typhoon or bagyo in our country. It is an intense circular storm that originates over warm tropical oceans and characterized by low atmospheric pressure, high winds, and heavy rain. Tropical cyclone is composed of two distinct words that completely describe its characteristic. The term tropical refers to the starting point, which is usually hot and humid, whereas the cyclone refers to the cyclonic circulation where the strong winds in the northern hemisphere circulate counterclockwise and clockwise in southern hemisphere. You may have wondered what is the difference between the typhoon, hurricane, and the cyclone. Let us take a look at this map. The tropical cyclone has different names in various parts of the world where it is specifically developed. It is called hurricane if it is formed in the North Atlantic Ocean, affecting the Caribbean Sea the most. Typhoon is formed in Northwest Pacific Ocean, affecting Southeast Asia, the West Philippine Sea, and mostly Japan. And tropical cyclone in the southeastern India and Southwest Pacific Oceans. The tropical cyclone undergoes a process of development called tropical cyclogenesis. This process involves several requirements, which, if met, will lead to the formation of a storm, such as warm ocean surface with temperature of 26.5 degrees Celsius, presence of intertropical convergence zone or ITCZ. It is the region that circles the Earth near the equator where the trade winds of the northern and southern hemispheres come together. Greater amount of water vapor in the air, known as high humidity, and enough coriolis force to deflect the converging wind. The coriolis effect describes the pattern of deflection. It deflects the direction of the wind to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. For instance, hurricanes typically get their spin from the coriolis effect, which is a result of the rotation of the Earth. In the northern hemisphere, the coriolis effect is positive and causes the winds to curve counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, it is negative and makes the curve clockwise. The Coriolis effect can turn the tropical thunderstorms into twirling hurricanes and typhoons at the equator. The tropical cyclones are classified according to the strength of their wind speed. The table shows the updated classification with 5 categories issued in 2022. Tropical depression with a maximum wind speed of 62 kilometers per hour. Tropical storm with a maximum of wind speed of 63 to 88 kilometers per hour. Severe tropical storm with a maximum wind speed of 89 to 117 kilometers per hour. Typhoon with a wind speed of 118 to 184 kilometers per hour, and when the wind speed is greater than 185 kilometers per hour, it is called super typhoon. How typhoons are formed? A tropical cyclone always starts over a large body of water which is relatively warm. The warm water powers the tropical cyclone. The water rises once it turns into gaseous state. Then, it cools, causing the water vapor to condense into storm clouds, and it drops off as rain. Next, during the process of condensation, the latent heat is released, which forms the cool air, making the air lighter and causing it to rise. While it ascends, more warm air from the surface of the ocean moves into developing storm and continues the process of heat exchange, creating a wind spiral pattern counterclockwise that spins around the calm area at the center of the storm called eye. In order for the tropical cyclone to develop into typhoon, it must pass through the following stages of progression. Stage 1. Tropical disturbance. Discrete weather system of clouds, showers, and thunderstorms that slightly circulates around an area of low pressure. Stage 2. Tropical depression. The tropical wave or tropical disturbance then evolves into tropical depression when the thunderstorms are slightly more organized. The winds blow stronger due to the greater convergence that causes quicker decrease in the pressure. Stage 3. Tropical storm. It has a better organized thunderstorms, and when viewed in the satellite, it is usually shows a recognizable pattern of rotation. Stage 4. Developed into typhoon, cyclone, or hurricane. As the tropical storm grows more intense, it takes more energy from its surroundings. It develops into a mature tropical cyclone. It is commonly known as typhoon once it formed in western North Pacific, and hurricane when it formed in the Atlantic and eastern Pacific, or cyclone when it formed into southern Pacific and in seas of Asia.